Hello, welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're talking about snacks, the 6 worst snacks if you have high blood pressure. I get asked all the time about different types of snacks for different types of medical issues, and blood pressure is one I get asked a lot about. So today I'm going to share with you the snacks that you should eat in extreme moderation or even stay away from if you suffer from high blood pressure. So if you're excited, give this video a big, huge thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell is turned on because I upload new videos every Tuesday and Thursday. Check out the description box down below for nutrition coaching, where I offer personalized to you macros and calories. Highly recommend. This is how myself, I've lost over 130 pounds. I have one-on-one coaching if you would like to chat with me directly. Links, discounts to my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So let's jump into the 6 worst snacks for high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure and you're trying to lower it with or without medication, there's a very high likelihood that you've had to make some pretty major dietary changes, especially when it comes to your sodium intake. Too much sodium can wreak havoc on those that suffer from high blood pressure. Honestly, even those of us that don't have high blood pressure, we still should be mindful of our sodium intake. According to the American Heart Association, sodium, aka salt, is one of the worst things you can eat if you have high blood pressure because it causes blood vessels to narrow while simultaneously causing your heart to pump more blood into them, raising blood pressure and forcing your heart to work harder. The American Heart Association recommends no more than about 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. This may result in some pretty major changes in your diet as well as your grocery shopping and eating out. And if you don't suffer from high blood pressure, the American Heart Association recommends 2,300 milligrams or less of sodium per day. So what does that look like as far as measurements go? 1/4 teaspoon of salt has 575 milligrams of sodium. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1,150. 3/4 of a teaspoon, 1,725. And 1 teaspoon of salt has 2,300 milligrams, which is your recommended daily intake for those without high blood pressure. This can make it really hard because where we're going to get a big punch of sodium and salt intake is through any processed food. There are some foods out there, the 6 worst foods that are snack related for high blood pressure. Let's jump into number 1, which may come as a bit of a surprise. Well, maybe not. And that's going to be sunflower seeds. This snack is fantastic for road trips, baseball games. Whenever you're out and about, we think about, let's grab some sunflower seeds from the local gas station. But unfortunately, sunflower seeds rank really, really high on the list of some of the worst snacks for those suffering from high blood pressure. They are loaded, and I mean loaded with salt. Next time you see a package of sunflower seeds, flip it over. Take a look at the sodium intake per serving. Number 2 is going to be any processed meat or cheese. And this is pretty much every meat or cheese out there. Talk about a triple whammy of sodium. A lot of these processed meats and cheeses use sodium as a way to preserve the product. Salt is actually used for flavoring cheese and preventing bacterial growth, and crackers even contain a lot of salt. Look for uncured meats or cheeses low in sodium, like Parmesan, Swiss cheese, and there are a lot of lower sodium or low sodium cracker options out there. Again, flip over the package, look at the ingredients, look at the sodium content. Number 3 is going to be chips and queso cheese. Going back to queso being a processed cheese, which is high in sodium. Processed cheese products, especially like Velveeta, can contain about 400 milligrams of sodium per serving. And when it comes to dips like queso, number 1, it's easy to overconsume them. And number 2, a serving is generally 1 to 2 tablespoons. And I don't know about you, but if I'm eating chips and queso, it's definitely more than 1 to 2 tablespoons of queso. Again, flip it over, look at the ingredients, look at the sodium, and just make the healthiest choice that you can find. Number 4 is going to be a bit of a bummer for a lot of us, and that's going to be pickles. Even though pickles are extremely low in calories, very filling, and make a great crunchy snack substitute, most pickles range anywhere from about 250 to 300 milligrams of sodium per serving. And that's a 1 ounce serving. Honestly, some of the pickles out there are 2, 3, 4, 5 times that 1 ounce serving. They do have some lower sodium pickle options. And again, do your research, check your labels. Number 5 are canned soups and broths. These can really get you, but unfortunately, canned soup is a staple for a lot of people, and we use broth in a lot of different recipes. One of the little cubes that you make broth out of can contain up to 1,000 milligrams of sodium. And if you suffer from high blood blood pressure, this is almost your daily intake. There are low sodium broth options. In fact, that's generally what I choose when I'm reaching for any type of broth. I try to stay away from the little cubes as much as possible and focus on the cartons of broth. Get bone broth if you want to up your protein game, and just watch for those lower sodium options. Same goes with soup. A lot of the lower sodium soups taste just as good as the full sodium, and soup can really pack a big punch of salt. So again, look for low sodium, check your labels. Number 6 may come as a bit of a surprise too, and this is going to be bagels or frozen little bagel bites. Bagels, bagel bites, these can be packed with sodium. Bagels might not taste salty, but what are we putting on bagels? Cream cheese. Now, cream cheese packs quite a bit of salt. Baked convenience items in generally have quite a bit of sodium. Again, it's important to do your research, read your labels. I've never seen a low sodium bagel, but I'm sure that there's some brands out there that are a little less sodium than others. Same goes with little mini bagels and bagel bites. It's just really important to know what's in the foods that we're eating. So those are the 6 worst snack foods for those that suffer with high blood pressure. Now, can you still eat these foods? Absolutely, just in moderation. And remember, just pay attention to your sodium. Most calorie tracking apps out there like Lose It, MyFitnessPal, Spark People, they will allow you to track your sodium intake. So you can see as you eat your meals and snacks throughout the day where your sodium levels fall. So if you suffer from high blood pressure, if you're concerned about how much sodium you're eating, make sure number 1, that you're tracking that, and number 2, that you're really taking a good hard look at the nutrition label and how much sodium is in each food that you're eating in the per serving. And remember, the more servings you eat, the more sodium you're getting. And just focus on eating healthier foods. Your best bet is whole real food that contains virtually 0 sodium. Those are always going to be the healthiest and best options. So if you enjoyed today's video, and of course, if you found it helpful, give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed and your bell's turned on, because again, I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Let me know down in the comments, did any of these 6 foods surprise you? And what are some of your go-tos to lower your sodium? Check out the description box for nutrition coaching, links and discounts to my favorite healthy things. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.